think we're loading. All right. Here we are. We're back after a long weekend. All right. Today we are going to be going over our mindset. So I wanted to start this out by saying much of what you say on a daily basis says a lot about you. This lesson is actually going to be a longer lesson, but it's also going to be a lesson that you're going to want to return to regularly. You may even want to create your own training for your individual team that goes over this material because it's extremely valuable and it teaches people how to be strong in their mindset, how to overcome obstacles, roadblocks, things like that. I do also want to mention that this lesson could be hard. I'm even learning a lot about myself as I go through these different lessons, and I've went through this stuff many, many times. But I'm super excited because I don't want you to think these exercises are necessarily easy, but I want you to realize that they're going to be worth it. So you're going to get to decide yourself if you think after going through this lesson or other lessons, previous lessons, future lessons, you're going to have to decide, which ones you like the best, which ones fit you the most. And you're going to need to decide if you enjoy learning about yourself as you go through these different lessons. So, do you want to understand what it's like to become an overcomer? Do you want to do the work? Right? We're on day 5 of our business training, and I am always wanting to ask you guys these reflective questions because I think that kind of keeps you in tune with what we're doing. It makes sure that you're kind of staying up to speed with the trainings and kind of checking off these different things that you're doing little by little. So when I ask you, do you want to do the work, you're going to understand that more as we go through this, but this is only going to be a very small portion of what your business is, but it's probably more of a heavier portion of what we do. So keep that in mind. We may in the future even split this training up into a full series because it's that good. And there's so much information in it. There's so much content in it that we could actually slice it up into little teeny tiny pieces to where we can make it more comprehensible. Because again, it's kind of heavy. It's kind of deep, I guess. And so, for some people that's hard. And so it would be a lot easier if we could kind of like break it up into smaller pieces. So what is mindset is what we're going to be going over. And then what are the tools that you can utilize to change or transform your mindset or my mindset or anybody who is actually doing this training. So this does not only apply to business, but this will apply to all aspects of your life. We've done this many, many times over with different people and in different circumstances, different situations for different reasons. And from what I've seen, it works every single time. So let's discuss 3 topics that come up when it comes to mindset for this lesson, okay? And that is what mindset is. We're going to be talking about why is our mindset so important for you, for your business, for your day-to-day life. And then we're also going to discuss how it is that you would shift your mindset, how you would change the things that you do, the things that you believe about yourself, things like that. So your mindset is actually your beliefs. They are established attitudes that any individual holds. Your mindset is super fun to explore and learn about. I mean, I actually have fun doing it. Some people, it's a little bit harder. They don't necessarily want to know about themselves. They don't want to take the time to think about the things that make them who they are. But our mindset is the habits that we form, in our minds throughout our lives, through past experiences, through present experiences, through the way we value each other, through it's basically the beliefs that we hold, and those things come in a lot of different ways. But the big word to remember is belief. It is what you believe. Your mindset is what you believe. It has been said by top network marketers that a large amount of your success in this business is going to come down to your skills. These are skills that we're all going to learn together. Some of these skills you're already going to know, and maybe somebody else has to build in that area. And then there's going to be other skills that you don't know, but some other people from the team, they already have those skills and they're already very good at those skills. So some of these skills, remember, you're going to have to develop, and this may be one for you. Some people are going to go through this lesson. It's going to be super easy for them. It's going to come natural for them. Anyone exploring this opportunity, though, can learn and develop all these different skills, which, again, throughout each video, throughout each training, you're going to develop these different skills. And the more time you spend trying to develop these skills and practicing these skills, the better that you are going to get at it. Many of our future lessons in these next 40 some days of training is going to be all about these skills and how to develop them. First, though, I want to talk with you guys again about mindset. And the reason for this is because without the proper mindset, you are not going to be able to develop proper skills that you need to be a success, or to be able to succeed in what you are setting out to succeed at. Mindset is going to be the number one thing that is either going to hold you back in this business, in your life, in your accomplishments, in your day-to-day life. Mindset is going to be the number one thing that will hold you back, or it's going to be the number one thing that is going to propel you forward. And sometimes it's going to be both. Sometimes it's going to hold you back, and sometimes it's going to propel you forward, and learning how to navigate that and experience that and become okay with that is a big part of what we do. It's actually your mindset that is going to make you believe that you have the skills or that you don't have the skills to be able to succeed at this. Whatever your mindset is at this moment, that is going to be the center of your belief structure. So some of you right now may have a mindset that is telling you that you are not good enough or that you are undeserving of a successful business. And then there are some of you who automatically think in your mindset that you will succeed at this, and then you may struggle to succeed at this, and that may reveal different things about your mindset as well. So it can go both ways. It can go opposite extremes. Are you someone who easily thinks that you can't do this or that you don't have the skills to succeed? Or are you typically somebody who believes that you can succeed, right? If you're someone who plays negative messages over and over in your head like this, then you may feel stuck in a fixed mindset. Either way, whatever your negative messages that you're telling yourself over and over, those are the things that can kind of be the muck. Those are the things that can kind of be like the quicksand that kind of keeps you where you are. Let's talk about a fixed mindset. So a fixed mindset is where you believe that you know it all, that your talents are set, that nothing changes. So see, these can come across as positive, right? Some like a fixed mindset can be like, okay, I already know it all. I can do this. I have what it takes, blah, 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 blah. Or it can be, I don't know it all. I don't have what it takes. Nothing changes. I can't do this. Whatever it is, the fixed mindset is what keeps you in that place that you either want to be in or you don't want to be in. Learning new skills and acquiring new talents is what can lead you to success, right? So you can stay in that fixed mindset, or you can choose to acquire new talents, to learn new things that lead you into a different place. We want people to be open to learning. We want them to spend time daily, regularly developing these skills, their education of the products, their talents, and all of how those things will fit together. So we want you to know that there are going to be different phases of your life where you're going to spend time developing your skills. There's going to be time where you spend time educating other people about the products. There's going to be times where you're spending a lot of time pouring into yourself so that you can be healthy. There's a lot of different seasons that come along with this business. The important thing is that you make a commitment to learning these new exercises, learning these new things that will make you successful, and make them a priority in your daily life. Again, as we discussed, even if it's 20 or 30 minutes a day to do these different trainings, that's an amazing start. Making your learning a priority is going to be what helps to protect you from self-doubt, because the more that you learn, the more that you grow, the more that you develop yourself, it builds your self-esteem, and it can also promote a huge amount of momentum and success in your personal life and in your business life. So now that we talked about a fixed mindset, let's talk about a growth mindset. Someone with a growth mindset is going to believe that their brains, their talents, and their abilities are developed through hard work, through building their skills. And what does hard work mean, right? Does hard work mean being outside building a building? For me, it's more about mental success, right? For some people, it is more about physical success. And we're going to go through different periods of our lives where sometimes it's about physical success, sometimes it's about mental success, sometimes it's about emotional success or spiritual success or whatever that success looks like for you. You're going to do this through learning, through education, through building your skills, right? If you want to build a wall in your house and you've never done that before, then you're going to have to learn that new skill. That's a growth mindset. A fixed mindset would be, I've never known anything about construction. I can't build a house, or I can't build a wall in my house. Well, that's not true. If you really want to build a house or build a wall, then you're going to do it, right? That's the truth about the situation. So this mindset, the growth mindset, creates a love for learning, which will lead people to success. So that is the secret bullet. If you have a love for learning, then you can succeed. These things are important to mention when developing or running a Young Living business, or when trying to succeed at anything in your life, becoming a professional athlete, becoming a good cook, becoming a speaker, like whatever it is that you're setting out to do, these tools and these resources that we're giving you are going to help you all along, all across the board, regardless of what it is that you're setting out to do. As a business owner, you must have a growth mindset. And the reason I'm saying a business owner is because that is the nature of this training, is that we're teaching people how to develop a business. And so you must have a growth mindset if you're going to be a business owner. This growth mindset is going to be what helps you to overcome negative thoughts that may come at you that may or may not be true. It's going to help you to navigate, like, okay, is this true? Is this not true? What this person's saying about me, what this particular article that I'm reading is trying to teach me. You need this growth mindset to be able to navigate all the different resources and tools and things that you will be doing in this business. Having a growth mindset also includes having a positive attitude, right? Believing that you can actually do this and that you will do this. And also realizing, did you know that you have the power to choose what your mindset or what your outcome will be? Like, to me, that's super awesome, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. Say you believe you can't do this, then do you believe that at some point you can change your mindset to a place where you can convince yourself that, like, okay, I can do this, like, there is a way. That is the ability to shift your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And that may take you time. That may take you looking at things from a different perspective, right? You may have been raised in a way that, like, there was no positivity. There was no way to overcome. Well, you have to start kind of like shifting your mindset, kind of looking at things in a different way. And that is what is going to be able to allow you to succeed. So let's answer a few questions together. As I said, I really like to give questions. You can pause this as I ask them to you. I would love for you to write them down, take some time to reflect on them. Don't just rush through them. Do you deserve to find success with this business? Or you can put in here, do I deserve to find success with my art career or my cooking career, or whatever it is that kind of like pops in your mind that you want to find success with. Do you deserve to find success with this business? So obviously most of you doing this training, it's going to be because of Young Living. And so I want to make sure that you ask these things right up front. Do you deserve to find success with this business? But also know that you can use this along the lines of anything, as you hit places where you kind of hit roadblocks in your life, like being a mother, or anything in your church, in your friendships, right? Like, do I deserve to find success with this friendship, with this relationship? You can ask these same questions again pertaining to anything. Number 2 question is, are you proud to say that you have this opportunity? Like, does this sound exciting to you? Are you excited to get started, right? Like, we're still kind of at the beginning of our training. Are you excited about this opportunity? If not, we kind of look at like, why, like what stops you from being excited about an opportunity? Because it's not only this Young Living thing, but maybe that is kind of a fixed mindset that you have across the board about opportunity. Maybe like opportunity isn't great for you. It brings up negative feelings for you. Well, if the chance at an opportunity brings up negative feelings for you, then that's going to stop you all along the way until you stop to realize, like, why do I have these feelings when it comes to an opportunity presenting itself? Have you ever heard people say that they actually sabotage their own success? Like, it's an actual thing. So another question is, do you feel confident to share Young Living, right? So now we're more talking about confidence. Do you have the confidence to do this thing or do that thing? Or do you have a confidence issue all across the board? The next question is, are you confident in your skills to be a successful leader, right? Like, when I ask you those questions, your mind may attach to leader, and you may think, oh my gosh, like, okay, she had me all along until she got to leader. Like, no, like, that's not me. Or do you feel like you lack the skills to be able to do what you need to do? Because if you feel that way right up front, then it is going to be something that stops you later on if we don't discuss these things, if we don't talk about these things, about what we can do, even regimen-wise, or products that we have to use to kind of help you and support you early on. I mean, that's very important. The next thing is do you look at your glass half full, or do you look at your glass half empty, right? Are you a positive mindset person in general, or is that hard for you? So depending on how you answer these questions is going to show whether you really need to work on your mindset or not. And I don't think there's one person in the world that doesn't need to work on their mindset. And mostly because I think it's important that you know who you are, that you understand what your mindset is, so that when things come your way, it doesn't shake you, right? That you're solid in your belief structure and that things don't easily tear you down. That to me is more important than your success with this business. And a lot of people will not tell you that. And it's even hard for me to say that, because obviously my success depends on your success. But in the end, if you're super successful at this business and then you're, kind of have a breakdown in your mentality or whatever, like, to me, if you don't have the things that make you strong, like your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, those things, then is there really any success outside of that? So those are our anchors, right? Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual wellness, like, those are our anchors. And anything outside of that would be our cup spilling over onto other people, helping other people. But at the core of who we are, we need to have some type of belief structure that anchors us. So this lesson is going to be a great one to visit over and over again. I already mentioned that, until you feel super confident in your mindset. It's not going to be about my mindset. It's going to be about your mindset, your belief structure, what you do, how you do it, those types of things. All the negative thoughts that swirl around in our minds are going to be the things that will hold us back from our potential day in and day out. And some things you're doing right now are things that you do every single day to sabotage yourself without even realizing that you're doing it. You're going to also be hearing these different things, negative thoughts, negative mindset. These things are also referred to as limiting beliefs. It's the things that limit us in our life. And we can 100% overcome these limited beliefs together if you want. So change your mindset so that it does not cause roadblocks in your life and in this business. These things are going to come up naturally all the time, but it's how you deal with them, how you navigate them is what determines your success in the future. We want to overcome and change our mindset so that we can become people who, instead of seeing a glass half full or half empty, we're actually looking for a pitcher or a bucket or a gallon or something to pour the water in, because our glasses are constantly spilling over. Like, that's what we want, right? We don't want unhealthy people who are constantly having a negative mindset. We want people who are so full that it just comes natural, that they spill out all this positivity onto other people, that it's not fake, that it's not manufactured, that it's not synthetic happiness, right? So now you may be wondering, okay, so how does someone change their mindset? Like, what does this even look like, right? So because this training has went a little bit longer than what I anticipated, I'm going to kind of do a part 1 and a part 2 for this mindset training. This first video kind of shares with you, what is mindset? What does that look like? How does that go into my business training? And I hope that this video really gave you a good understanding of mindset and what that looks like for you. Go back, rewind this video, listen to these questions, take the time, get a notebook. My favorite thing to do is get a notebook and a pen and write out the things that are important to me, the things that I love. I love to plan everything out. And so do that. Take some time for you this week in this training and answer these questions that may be hard for you, may not be hard for you. Either way, do the exercise, right? That's what this training is all about, is continuing to do these different exercises to kind of see what works best for you. It kind of helps us to connect maybe what your passions are with training and teaching and educating other people. I mean, if you don't have a baby, your number one class that you do may not be our baby class, right? So we want to connect with you. We want to know you, like who you are, like what your passions are, what your drive is, so that we can maybe help you with resources and continue to train and teach you as you move forward in this business. So in our next training, we will be going over, how does somebody actually change their mindset? Maybe your questions, your answers to those questions are going to be negative. They're going to be not happy. It's going to be not things you want to deal with. Well, then how do we change that? So thank you guys so much for joining me for this training. I may even do this training a little bit later tonight. If you're watching this later, then you're obviously seeing this on our Whole Total Health public educational page. And so again, you just continue to work through these trainings at your availability. We recommend 30 to 40 minutes a day, and you'll be able to get through the training in about 50 days, short of 2 months. And we will be doing this probably every July and August. We will be taking our members through this training so that we can all kind of stay on the same page. We don't want every year to look the same. So as we go through this training, it's going to help us to kind of like change our mindset, kind of keep growing, having that growth mindset of like, okay, what does this year look like, so that it's not the same year that I lived last year, because that's not fun. Like, we want to be continually changing, continually evolving. That has, evolution or evolving has a lot to do with our happiness, right? Like, nobody likes to be stagnant. The people that are stagnant typically are stagnant for these types of reasons, for a fixed mindset, not because they necessarily want to be there. So thank you for joining us today, and maybe join me a little bit later, or if you're watching the replay, then you're going to be able to watch this video and then go right on to the second video about mindset. So have an awesome day, and maybe I will see you a little bit later.